absolute indulgent rubbish, if you want my honest opinion. I mean, really horrific.
Oh, what's up? You got me? Do I got me? I think I got me. Oh, there I am. Well, I'm a nice-sounding man. Welcome to the Eric Pedigo Show on ericpedigo.com, also on basementradio.net. I think I'm on basementradio.net. I had to jump through some hoops to get on there tonight. Passwords all changed up. Ustream's acting funny. Anyhow, we're going to get right into it because I'm super excited. I have a special guest in studio, a.k.a. my living room, tonight. Friend of mine, known him for a long time, owns Robbins MMA, fighting at the upcoming Capital City Cage Wars. With no further ado, my good friend Justin Robbins. Justin, how you doing, buddy? Not bad. I'd be doing better if I could hear you. We're going to have to turn your mic on. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
You know what, dude? Pretty good. Pretty good for sure. You know, it's taken us a while to get this up and going, but we're going now. You're sitting here going, man, you got to do a lot of stuff before you go on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's a lot of clicks, a lot of buttons, a lot of typing. Yeah, no, it's annoying.
Out of my league.
Well, what you do is out of my league.
I just punch people in the face.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that, actually. And just kind of a backstory, I guess, and we'll get into your story a little bit. We've known each other since we were kids.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yep.
You were at Chatham.
Right.
For most of your life, growing up, right?
Until high school.
Until high school. And you were, I think, one grade behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've known you a long time. We even rode dirt bikes together.
Yeah, we did.
When we were younger guys.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah,
so,
good times.
Yeah, good times for sure. But then when high school came around, you switched over to the dark side, as I like to call it.
I don't know about that. I needed a change in my life, and it worked out. You
went over to Griffin.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you know,
it is what it is.
You went over to Griffin. But needless to say, I kind of lost track of you after that, and I wasn't really sure what you were up to or what you were doing.
Right.
I did hear that shortly after high school you married a girl from Glenwood.
Yeah.
Katie Young.
Katie Young.
Who lived right by me.
Yeah.
Kind of by where you did, too, actually.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
And nice girl.
Yes.
You did good there. And
yes, I did.
But I remember I ran into you at a bank. You remember that? I saw you at a bank at I&B in Chatham, and I was like, hey, what are you up to? And you told me that you were getting into the MMA. I don't know if you remember that. I hadn't seen you in so long, and I believe I was there just furthering my debt, you know, just...
Yeah, aren't we all?
Just owing people more money over and over again. But I saw you, and I asked what you were up to, and you said you were training. I think you were training with the Hit Squad maybe then?
Yep, I was. I had already been in MMA for probably a couple years. I started training at a couple different gyms here in town, and then when I saw you, I was working out down south at the Hit Squad.
You were deep into it then.
Yeah.
Okay. But see, and I had no idea. I was completely blown away. I was
right.
Like, oh, Justin, you're fighting. Okay, awesome. So I guess kind of fill in the blanks because I saw you. We were riding dirt bikes. We were like in 8th grade, and
right.
then I see you again. You know, a few years after high school when you're fighting people.
Yeah.
You wrestled in high school, right?
Yeah, I started wrestling in 5th grade.
Okay.
And all the way through high school, after high school, I went to McMurray College for a semester. And I wrestled. I ended up starting as a freshman for half the year. And school's not for everybody.
No. Hey,
it definitely wasn't for me.
Not for me either.
And I was still dating Katie at the time.
Right.
I made the decision to move back home, go to work in the family business, and I asked Katie to marry me, and
she reluctantly.
Yes. Yep.
Did you throw her in a chokehold? Is that why?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I asked her down by the lake. I told her. She said no. I was going to throw her in the water. But and then I went a couple years without training or anything, just working, eating McDonald's 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And I got all the way up to about 186 pounds.
No way, dude.
Yeah, for my frame, I was pretty big.
There is no way. I cannot see you at 180 anything.
Yeah, and I just really missed competing because I got done wrestling. I was missing something.
Right.
And so I started training with Greg Giddings over at GMAP here in town.
Okay.
And started training the jiu-jitsu thing and MMA, and I was like, man, this is going to get serious. And then we had our first kid, and right after she was born, I decided that I wanted to get really serious with this.
Yeah.
And I was going to actually start competing, and I started training at Warrior Concepts, was there with Scott Ward for about 3 years. And then I got the invitation to train with Matt in his training camp for George St. Pierre.
Matt
Hughes.
Matt Hughes. Okay,
yes.
I knew who you were talking about, but just to
Right.
clarify for everybody else, Matt Hughes. If you haven't heard of Matt Hughes, then
He's the man.
Just click the X right now. Don't even listen. Don't even listen to this. So you're training with Matt Hughes, and that's no slouch. I mean,
Right.
Matt Hughes has been on top before, so he's.
Yeah.
And boy, that's just incredible. And so then after that.
Yeah, so we were in this training camp, and we were actually his gym down in Granite City wasn't open yet, so I was driving to Hillsboro every day. We were training at the hospital. Actually, they had a health club in the hospital.
Really?
And they had it was actually really nice. Wow. They had a track upstairs that went around, and during that training camp, I found out that I either was gonna not pursue it anymore or keep going. I remember one night on my way home, I called Katie and I was like, I don't know if working this hard for this is cut out for me. And it really it changed my perspective on a lot of things.
I'm sure.
So after that training camp, I had about 3 to 4 weeks until the gym got open down there in Granite City.
Okay.
Really big, really nice gym. A lot of world-class fighters that come through there, Matt Hughes and Robbie Lawler, Matt Beach is down there.
Okay.
There were a lot of others down there. And I was driving down there Monday through Thursday, leaving my house 7:45 in the morning, and not getting home until about 9:30 at night.
Oh, man.
And then Thursday nights I would stay the night, and then come home Friday afternoon. So, I barely saw my kids or my wife, about 20 minutes a day.
So what? That was probably even more hard than the training.
That was.
Was not being around your family.
Yeah, it was.
And but going back to the training a little bit, because you talked about you weren't sure it was so hard.
It was.
You actually had to.
Hardest training I've ever been through in my life. There are times during practices I was like, I'm gonna die.
Ugh. I can't even imagine. I know I'm watching, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit too. I'm watching this season of Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you are.
Right. Yeah.
And
I got a couple friends on the show.
Yeah, guys on the show.
Yeah.
Matt Mitrione's on the show.
Yep. John Madsen too.
Oh, John Madsen. Yeah,
yep.
Also from around here, isn't he?
He's
from close enough for somewhere
he trains
around
at the
here?
Hit Squad.
Okay. Okay. So. I thought I saw that he was somewhere from Illinois though
He's from South Dakota.
Okay, so that's not even close to Illinois.
Yeah. Well, he lives in Granite City right now.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So, I saw Granite City, Illinois flash up.
Right.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But I did see, and this is what kind of caught my attention, is there's these former NFL guys in there, and one of them was on there saying, well, this is the hardest training I've ever had to go through, way harder than the NFL.
Harder than anything.
Yeah, and so somebody like me and our listeners, besides maybe Anthony Whalen, we can't even comprehend. You say it's so hard, and oh yeah, I'm sure that's got to be hard. Our job's hard, But when there are guys that have been into the NFL, and they're saying, "Boy, this training just blows NFL training out of the water. So hard."
Yeah.
It's hard to put into perspective and understand for people like me. But I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine how grueling and I couldn't do it.
All I can do is smile.